Hi, I'm Wendy Gale. Welcome to Dementia's Blurred Lines. This is a quiet space where I talk openly about what it's like to be raised by a mother with narcissistic traits and then become her caregiver later in life. It's complicated, it's messy, and it's not something people talk openly about or even often. So I'm here to tell the truth about this journey. In my voice, one piece at a time. I decided to start this podcast because I've spent most of my life trying to make sense of a mother who could be loving if everything was going her way one moment and emotionally unreachable in the next. And now, as her caregiver, I'm navigating a whole new layer of that relationship, the blurred lines between who she was, who she is, and who I had to become to survive her. I wrote a memoir about my childhood and the patterns that shaped me, and that book became my roadmap. The research and reflections, and the tears from decades of not understanding that finally got air, a voice, and clarity. It helped me understand how I got here. And I realized there are so many people out there who grew up with a parent like mine, someone who took up all the emotional space in a room, and they're still trying to untangle the impact. This podcast is for them, for you, for anyone who's ever felt unseen in their own family by a narcissistic parent. I grew up in a house where everything revolved around my mother. If she was happy, the whole house breathed easier. If she was angry, disappointed, or in the middle of a chaotic meltdown, it felt like the walls tightened around us. As a child, I didn't have the language for narcissistic traits. I didn't understand her sharp tongue and cruelty. I just knew I was always trying to keep peace, always trying to be good, always trying to earn the kind of love that never felt steady or was even there for that matter. And when you grow up like that, you learn to disappear a little. You learn to take care of everyone else before yourself. You learn to read the room before you even learn how to read a book. Those patterns follow us into adulthood, and then when my mother's health declined and I became her caregiver, all those old wounds came rushing back. The guilt, the responsibility, the emotional confusion, and the resentments. That's where the title of this podcast comes from, Dementia's Blurred Lines. Because caregiving for someone who hurt you, it blurs everything. The past, the present, the roles, and the boundaries. It's a kind of emotional fog that's hard to explain unless you've lived it. My memoir helped me put words to things I had carried for decades. I'm not going to read my book here, but I will absolutely use pieces of it as a guide. The moments that shaped me, the realizations that changed me, the stories that still echo in my life today. In each episode, I'll take one memory or one caregiving moment and talk about what it taught me, not as an expert, just as someone who lived it. Thank you for being here with me for this first episode. If any part of my story feels familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. The quiet tears you shed at night after everyone's gone to bed. There's nothing wrong with you for struggling with a complicated parent, and there's nothing wrong with wanting clarity, peace, or distance. I'll be back with more pieces of my journey, the caregiving, the healing, the boundaries, and the moments that still surprise me. So until the next episode, please take care of yourself today. I'll talk to you soon.